more sparkling water. No more sparkling water. Hi guys, welcome. I was hoping to find some of my favorite sparkling water and it's not there. So, hi guys, welcome. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh, speaking of ciao, 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 I don't remember, someone asked me to start explaining something in Italian every now and then so that it can be a bilingual, not a bilingual show, but that you can learn some Italian. And I'm happy to learn new English words, by the way, so you keep speaking English. But yes, I'm gonna start translating some food terminology in Italian so that you guys it's gonna be something fun and different. We have a very, very ambitious show today. I'm also looking for a glass for my water. You know what? I'll take you with me here. So I'm looking for some water. I haven't drank a lot today, not enough. I waited an hour and a half to get tested. The line was way longer than it looked like, and I thought on a Monday show day. So yeah, I'm gonna start translating some terms in Italian. And hi Sherry, and we're gonna make gnocchi, but I'm gonna make some. Hi Rachel, hi Anna. I thought you were late. You're not. Welcome everyone. So we're going to make potato and pumpkin gnocchi with a sauté spigariello and goat cheese. Now, I wasn't sure about what I wanted to do. It was a very busy day and everything, and so I wasn't really sure. At first, I wanted to make something sweet, but then I don't know. I don't feel like having sweets. I had my flu shot on Saturday, and I feel a little under the weather. So I thought, let's have some vegetables from the farmer's market. And this is what we're gonna make. Now, I didn't have enough potatoes. When I told Ben in the car, when I told him we're gonna make gnocchi, I realized that I only had 2 potatoes. And I had a leftover of pumpkin puree from yesterday. Hi Peyton. I just baked a pumpkin yesterday for a pumpkin pie. I made it with fresh pumpkin. And this is the leftover puree. Now, this is a very watery pumpkin, which I wouldn't usually use for gnocchi. But I realized that these 2 potatoes that I have, besides the fact they were very old, they're also very dry. And so having some watery pumpkin is not going to hurt. It's just going to give a little bit more of a depth of flavor. Now, what I can't find in this, oh, here it is, salt. We need salt because it's key to have a good flavor on the gnocchi. Now, Ben is not here yet, so I can't really read all your comments, but I see that you're all tuning in and it makes me very happy. What kind of potato? I like to use red potatoes. These were not red potatoes and they're very dry. So I'm curious to see what is going to come out. But I want to start rolling the gnocchi, otherwise we won't actually have the time. Teresa, this is just regular, like sweet plum pumpkin, no, sweet plum pumpkin, and this was for the pie. I made actually last night. I made a crostata dough, Italian crostata with flour, butter, egg, and I used orange zest rather instead of lemon, and made it the night before. Let all the fat settle, and then made the crostata dough with a pumpkin goat cheese sugar pie. That's what it is. And then I made a pumpkin puree, pumpkin goat cheese, rosemary filling, and it was delicious. But this is just baked pumpkin, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I thought, let's mix it up. So I'm going to just add a little bit of it. I want to check on then the thickness of this gnocchi dough. But I think that actually is going to really help me have a good consistency. Now, I'm not going to, usually for a pumpkin gnocchi, I would use kabocha, and I actually also would add some cinnamon to the dough. This time, since it's mostly potatoes, and these potatoes, by the way, are very flavorful, I'm just gonna use salt and pepper and flour. So we're going to, I didn't see a picture of the pie. I know I didn't make it. And you know what? Today I left the leftover of the pie at our friends. We had our neighbors. We have Sunday, very socially distant.
Very angry
gathering.
with you for
Hey,
leaving
Elizabeth.
that.
Oh, Elizabeth. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you tuned in.
Hey, Elizabeth.
And so I left it there, and
I'm still mad at you about that.
And I just know a little birdie told me that there's no more. And so, no, sorry. I will make it again. I actually have some leftover dough that I'm going to use to make some cookies. I don't use eggs for the gnocchi. And what I want to try to do with these is actually then I'm going to boil them. I'm actually going to turn the water on. And then I'm going to saute them to give a little bit of a crunch outside before mixing it with my spigariello. So now what I'm doing here, I boiled my potatoes, I steamed them, peeled them. This was pumpkin puree. And what else? I mashed the potatoes when they were still warm. And now I'm just going to add flour step by step until I reach, and I'll show you the consistency that we want for this gnocchi. Now, as I talked about this several times, the key, I don't really have a specific recipe because it really depends on the hydration of your potatoes, and you really want to get a consistency that allows you to roll the gnocchi, but you don't want to go overboard with the flour because otherwise it's going to taste like flour. So it's kind of, you kind of get used to it, and then you taste it and it's delicious raw, and you know when it's good. So this is what we're going to add. And see, this is a very dry potato because this dough really is not going to need a lot of flour. First of all, while I make this, and then please ask questions and tell me if there is a word that you want to learn in Italian. So flour is farina, pumpkin is zucca. So this is gnocchi di patata e zucca, okay?
Did you mix the pumpkin in with it?
Yeah, because I didn't want to
Cool.
get rid of it. And so I'm actually going to add a little bit more because
I'm still mad at you about that.
the pie.
That you left last night.
Well, we have leftover cake, and I thought I can make it again. I have some leftover dough. What else? Guys, I want to tell you something about spigariello. No, I'll tell you when I make the spigariello. Let's leave some suspense. Gnocchi is not easy to make well. No, it's not. But I think that when you kind of get a hand on it.
Get a handle on
Get a hand on, when you know what you are after. That's when you. Why?
Did you see what I said?
No.
Gnocchi is not easy to make well.
Oh, that's.
It's also not easy to pronounce. Thank you, Rabbi.
Hi, Rabbi. So, yeah, that's it. Now, I want to know, before I get into philosophical matters. No, I'm not getting into philosophical matters. But, guys, tell me, how was your week? How was your weekend? What do you do? I want to know.
Well, after I mentioned the Beatles' Help CD, Peyton dug out the Help DVD. God bless you. Sherry got tested at Glendale Memorial Hospital. Or no, she's saying to get tested there. There's never a line.
Oh, good.
But did they get quick results? Because Dodger Stadium gets you back in a day.
Yeah.
Teresa is multitasking between Joe Biden's town hall on NBC and us.
Oh, there's a town. Oh, forgive you.
Legit.
By the way, if you notice, Nithya for the city. Please, guys, if you live in District 4 in Los Angeles, huge District 4, very powerful district, please vote for Nithya for city council. Please. And don't do it to do me a favor. Just research her and trust that she's going to
her ideas for how to help.
Yeah, not only help, but really make transform Los Angeles for a city that works for all, and not just for me. and
No.
you know.
The situation, for the terrible, tragic situation of the people that are unhoused and homeless, on down the line, Nithy has actually got a really good beat on what to do.
You guys know, I just wanted to remind you. Yeah, now let me see. I've been helping my son get his house ready to move into. Where? That's exciting. As exciting. Is he moving out like for the first time? And it's very exciting. It's insane with COVID right now. I know. It's I don't remember. Patricia, do you live in California? Do you live in LA, Patricia? I don't remember.
Patricia also watched Parts Unknown a lot. Peyton saw her first concert in 6 months, outdoors and socially distanced. Oh. Peyton, who was it?
Her husband, I think.
Ah,
Tobin. Was it Tobin?
That's fantastic. And You're So Bad had a colonoscopy today, so you can imagine how my weekend was. Yes, I've had to drink that nasty stuff myself. See, Tristan made homemade carrot soup and is beside herself. It turned out amazing.
And by the way, thank you for all of you who are sending me messages or tagging me in your creations. It's really, really rewarding, and I'm really happy that you're making my recipes. So thank you. Somebody mentioned asking me to make maybe some pumpkin rosemary cookies, and I will. I just want to figure something out. Today all of a sudden my throat hurts and I didn't feel like
flu
having
shot.
Sweet.
I'm
gonna have sweet though for dessert.
Lynn Butler had a 2-day migraine, but she's finally over it.
I'm sorry. I so feel you.
Anna Maria watched a bunch of horror movies directed by women for a podcast she's guessing on this week.
Squash salad with the Brazilian squash. Turned out fabulous. Fantastic. What is a Brazilian squash? And also I want to tell you about a fruit that I bought at the market. So, okay, I want to show you. It needs a tiny bit more flour, but what we want here is a dough that is slightly sticky still, because we're just going to dust the surface of you don't want this over dry dough. And you can always add a little bit of flour in the making as we roll the gnocchi, right? So now I want to just check on salt. And you can smell it. You can smell it and you can taste it. Okay, so a little bit more salt. And I think that it can't have more flour. Nice. Okay, I think that we're kind of there. Tiny bit more. Just to reincorporate the salt. My Brazilian friend bought these seeds, black, with her
back. Seeds back with her. They look like zucchini. On steroids.
Oh wow.
Are they angry and irritated? LaVirtue worked at the restaurant all weekend and Sunday brunch.
Make one giant gnocchi.
Is still outside only.
You know what I'm thinking about making today is for gnocchi? Instead of making the usual shape, since I then want to, kind of stir fry them. Not stir fry them, but kind of toast them, broil them. No, I don't know what the term is. But I was thinking about making them just round and not making the shape with the fork. So can you see the dough? Yeah, look, this was. It needs to be easy to work with. So if it's too tough, there may be a little too much flour. So it's always easy to add flour. So it becomes a little sticky. So what you do when you rest, you add some flour, and it will always be a little sticky. Okay. So now I want to wash my hands, move some stuff, and then I will take it with me. And then we can roll some gnocchi.
LaVirtue worked at the restaurant all weekend, but it's still on the outdoors. Bill likes your hair dark.
You know, tomorrow
vote for Halloween cookies.
Tomorrow I'm having my hair done, so outside, and we'll see what happens. So Halloween cookies. Let's figure something out because we absolutely need to celebrate Halloween. And okay, so now
You're So Bad says show us the fork method.
Well, the fork method, by the way, My mom corrects me every time this she watches this. She sees the video of mine with the fork because she says that I do it backward. Sorry, I don't know why my nose is itchy. So my water is boiling. Good sign. I'm gonna get something to cut my dough.
This isn't a sign of disrespect.
So, huh?
This isn't a sign of disrespect.
Oh, you're sitting
have
down.
to.
Ben is sitting down. So, what I want to do this time, so you lightly roll it, okay? With a little bit of flour. It depends now. I'll show you, there are two different methods. Besides the fact that you pretty much can use the shape you can make the shape that you want. What I want to do here. So, once you have this, can you see? You have this. And I'll show you now the core, the heart of the dough to show you what I like to have. So my mom, I usually do this with the fork like this. It says that they're very soft. So maybe they could use a little bit more flour, so with the fork pointing down, you roll it. Well, now this is becoming sticky. And you create basically the hole that is going to get all the sauce in. That's the theory. What I want to do here, since I would like a flat gnocchi, we're not going to have sauce for these, okay? These will work with the gluten-free. I never use the gluten-free flour, but actually I don't see why not. And I actually don't see why not, because I think the gnocchi are probably one of the best things to make gluten-free. But I never made it. Are you gluten-free, Peyton? I didn't know that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this size of gnocchi, and I'm going to start cooking them and then set them aside. I'm going to start working with the eat fresh pineapple. Ben is like pain and help your heal. Oh, good to know. I'll get some
Thank you,
pineapple.
Sherry.
So, and then I'm going to set them aside, and we're going to work with the assembling after we cook the vegetables. But this is what we want. Oh, we get rice flour. Even rice flour.
But Peyton has a ton of garbanzo bean flour.
Oh, I'm sure, why not? Yeah, gnocchi is a very open-minded
Item.
I was thinking procedure, but then I thought no, it's a little too medical. I'm gonna salt my water. Ooh! Salting my water. Now I think that the gnocchi are salt enough. So the trick with the gnocchi, of course, don't put too many. They're gonna come up. And a super trick that is kind of foolproof. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't know what, I'm having issues with my you freeze them. I love to freeze gnocchi because usually you make a big batch. So it's nice to then have them in the freezer for when you're tired and you just want a fancy dinner. So what I do, sorry, Ben, can you get me, there should be another glass bowl in there. Mixing bowl, the smaller one. So what you have to do though is to freeze them on a flat surface, all lined up. Don't let them. If you don't find it. No, that one is fine. That one is fine. That one, yeah. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm a little distracted here. So when they come up, they're ready. Trust them. Don't force them. They come up. Gnocchi tell you, I'm ready. Eat me. And don't. So the lighter, these are beautiful pillows of goodness. And I want to take you here and show you, okay? I'm going to boil another batch. So if you freeze them on a flat surface, then when they're frozen, you can then put them in a bag, in a Ziploc bag, and freeze them. But if you freeze them all together, like I did once, well, then you're not gonna be able to separate them. They're gonna all stick to each other, which let's stick to each other for other reason, but not with gnocchi. So yeah, you just what I do, I create little trays, or I have like my freezer is not giant, so I create little trays, and I put the gnocchi, and I freeze them for a few hours, and when they're nice and hard, I just take them out and put them in a Ziploc bag, and then you have gnocchi for whenever you want. It's pretty cool. I'm also going to show you the dough now, and I'm going to take you to the boiling station.
The boiling station? That's very professional sounding.
Boiling station. I think the gnocchi is one of those things that everybody loves, right?
Is that the ones that boiling the frog in?
Now, I want to show you. Oops. Ah. Okay, sorry guys, I pressed something, and so I want to show you now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would say 5. And the only reason why I would not put too many is that then there's the risk they may stick to each other. So it's kind of cool because you don't have to guess and wonder, are they al dente? Are they ready? I like that they really communicate with you, this sweet gnocchi. You can have a good conversation with them, and there's no gray area. So I want to talk about two things. One is a little bit like-minded, and one is a little bit more serious, like always. We try to mix the serious and the light-minded. The serious one is something that I was thinking about. I started thinking about it last night when I shared a video. Well, wait a second. I don't want to talk about something so serious when we wait for gnocchi to tell us, eat us. See, look, they're coming up. Can you see it? Can you guys see it? They're ready. Hi, gnocchi. We are ready to eat you. So, here we are. Another batch. So this time was pretty easy to assemble the dough because I saw that the potato was first of all, it wasn't a giant batch of potatoes, and I'm done. Yeah, that's what they say. So I'm gonna add some oil so that they don't stick to each other. The serious thing came to mind last night when I shared this video about what's happening in Armenia, and this woman who beautifully, yeah, like very eloquently explains what's happening in Armenia. And if you haven't, I'm not schooling you. I knew what had happened. I wasn't really familiar with what is happening these days. And actually these days, there's a war there that we kind of don't know about, or know and feel like it's too far from us, so it's not our concern.
You need to post that. Everybody needs to.
Yeah, everybody needs to. Well, because so if you don't know about what's happening for real in Armenia, I would urge you to look into it, and not because I'm knowledgeable and you're not, because what's happening in Armenia is truly there's not only there was a genocide denied, but it's happening again, right? So yeah, it's the only way we can change is by being informed, and it's being ignored by the world for a very specific reason, because Azerbaijan is one of the cradle of oil and power. Okay, so they have been there has been a genocide 100 years ago, and
the government is
and
back
the government
is back
the Turkish government is actually quite clearly, like you don't have to read between the lines, but they're doing the same thing because they really need that small area of Armenia, which I learned is as big as Maine, but they need that area to recreate a new Ottoman Empire. And so center their power again. And this is, and there was a genocide, and there has been again ethnic cleansing. And so I would really urge all of you to look into it. It doesn't take much, but it's really up to us to make sure that these things don't really not only keep happening, because there's a full-blown war there. So it's our task as human beings to actually know what's happening and what happened, so that it doesn't happen again. And here's the philosophical conversation I would like to have with you. This woman was saying history is repeating itself. And since I think that one way that we can all feel and understand what another person is going through, what another country is going through, what another friend is going through, is to understand the mechanism, at least see if that mechanism has happened in our life, right? So history repeating itself. It's something that we are witnessing here every day in politics. I want to know, have you had an experience in your life of history repeating itself in your life? For example, I noticed that when I have to learn a lesson in life, I keep being given that lesson to learn in different shapes, in different places, with different people, in different circumstances. But if there's something that I have not learned and that I have to learn in order to move forward, I keep getting that lesson to learn until I learn it, right? And I call that history repeating itself. So until we learn a lesson, things will keep happening. Personally, environmentally, politically, religiously, because that's how we evolve as human beings, as a society, as a planet, okay? So I'm wondering, have you guys experienced some kind of history repeating itself in your own life? And it doesn't have to be a huge event. And Peyton is writing something I would like you to read. And then, so I'm very interested in this, and then we can talk about something lighter, but I really wanted to talk about what's happening in Armenia, because it's serious. What is Peyton saying?
She said, you also get the generational trauma lessons of your ancestors. So if they don't deal with their shit, it becomes your responsibility.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And we see this with racism here
Thanks
in America.
Thanks a lot, ancestors.
It's, and not just in America, because for example, I schooled myself on the history of Italian colonialism that I wasn't really aware of, and of what Italians did in Libya, for example. We don't have a history of being great colonizers, because we're not. But Ethiopia, and so I actually looked into what Italians did. And so it's not just about America. America has a very current relation with racism that it has to be pointed out. And it has to, you don't fix it until you acknowledge it and really rearrange government, police, the people in power, so that the new generations can actually change. So I'm not pointing the finger at America. We're talking about this, so I mentioned America. And but yeah, please, you learn from your mistakes. Yes, absolutely. But that's the thing, you have to learn, because if you don't learn the mistakes, you keep making the same mistake. And there was this philosopher that I think I mentioned once, Vico, that talks about corsi e ricorsi storici, since you're asking me about Italian, and is about history repeating itself. There are cycles. And unless we learn, spaghetti politics is a great find, right? I'm very happy that so many of you are looking into it. There's so much to answer. Yes, on all our sides, absolutely. I love what she does. She's a very young woman.
I just want to say that, speaking of that, the European invader and the later American genocide of Native Americans is something that is virtually swept under the rug and not acknowledged in this country. And it's time. It's past time. This is simply awful.
I'm gonna make just a few more. I want to show you, by the way, Benny's gonna read all your comments about this because I really care. I want to show you what I want as a dough. It's a little sticky, and can you see how sticky? But just enough, firm enough so that you can roll a nice gnocchi. Please don't go overboard with flour. You can just dust some flour on the surface like I'm doing, and that is gonna do the trick. Because if you put too much flour, it's really not gonna taste nice. Okay. So you keep cutting and you keep rolling until you finish the dough.
You're So Bad said, I remember my 6th grade science teacher made a comment about the pendulum effect.
Huh, okay.
I've always looked for patterns in where I am on the pendulum. Probably misunderstood what the teacher was saying, but not necessarily, I'll tell you. Let me see. Peyton says 2020 is the big purge year.
It is, I believe so.
Getting all this crap coming to the surface, so hopefully it will erupt and then heal. I'm just trying to survive the blast. Brandy the Rat Girl said, I have had a few friendships that seemed different, but ended up having parallel challenges because I had to learn and be free from the issues that what was provoked in the first friendship. Same here.
Same, and also relationships, like romantic relationships. I realize if I look back that all my past relationships had a pattern, and until I broke that pattern, I broke it. Which means that you don't point a finger and say that the past relation, that the other person had to break a pattern. That's their own lane. We have to break our pattern so that things change. That's very important because otherwise we are slaves of circumstances, right? So we are. I was talking to a friend the other day about how no matter what happened to you in your life, the only power that you have is how you get over it and react, right? Because if you keep pointing the finger and blaming, it's which is natural, but you will never be free and you will never be empowered. And so that for me has been a huge lesson. And I don't think that I could have the relationship that I have with Ben. No, I don't think I could never have the relationship that I had with Ben had I not broken a pattern and a cycle.
I thought you were going to say, had you not broken the plate over my head.
So this is what we're having. See? So these are basic. I'm not putting butter because I want to really brown them on the skillet. They're going to have a nice crunch on the outside and they're going to be soft on the inside. Now I'm just going to make a few more and then we're going to work on our Spigariello and we're going to talk about Spigariello. It's true, Teresa, it is. And I mean, I don't think just in America more than in Europe, but yes, it is.
The thing is, you don't need to beat up America. You just need to acknowledge what happened in the past.
No, she was saying that history.
I know. But the thing is that when you teach all of these things in school, the point is not to beat up America and go, America bad. The point is to go, hey, this happened.
We need to be better.
Face up to it, fess up to it, and don't act like it didn't happen, and don't go, yay cowboys, yay cavalry. It's like, yay Custer. No. Come on. Peyton's best friend forever is a 3rd grade teacher, and they're calling slaves indentured servants, and they didn't talk about how the natives were here first. That is so staggeringly full of shit. I heard that was going on in schools. Well, somebody online tried to tell me that, yes, but the native population actually came over from Siberia centuries and centuries before, so they weren't really native. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm going to make just one more.
Cookie wants to know if there's any good news.
Any good news?
Good news? There's great news. As of 2 weeks, as of 10 days ago, I didn't have COVID. We'll find out, won't
Ben
we?
is
Because we
recovering.
got
Ben is
tests for
recovering
today.
very well.
Recovering from the
And,
knee, not recovering from COVID. I haven't had it yet.
Ben is recovering from his knee surgery very well. Next week, no, on Friday is gonna be 1 year since we moved into this house. Isn't that crazy? 1 year, you guys. It's
And once again, I've got surgery.
yeah. I think that we usually Ben and I mark things on the calendar with two things: arguments and fights, and surgeries. Every time that we go somewhere, like, do you remember when there we had? I think we talked about this. We had this fight, and so anyway, very looking forward to these. Now, well, as soon as these are done, I'm going to start sauteing the spigariello, and then I'm going to he started physical therapy, and then I'm going to remove the spigariello, brown my gnocchi, and then have a nice sauce.
Teresa, I'm not going to go over and play the piano because I don't want to miss all the fun in here, and also I don't want to walk around very much right now because it just started to hurt.
So, here's our spigariello. Okay, this is. I really have a complicated relationship with broccoli. I'm still not quite. I don't know. I like it in the restaurant. When I cook it, I don't know. I need to work on it. But this, what?
Nothing.
Does it hurt?
I had a little twinge, but I took some Advil to knock the swelling down.
Spigariello is from the family of broccoli, and it's a mix of kale and broccoli in flavor with a beautiful crunch. We used this several times I think that we also use it with my friend Kate was here. I actually really like it. It is the closer that I'm getting lately with broccoli. I love the crunch, and it's really an interesting mix of the two. So I don't know. I don't think you can find it everywhere, and so I was quite surprised that it's a year-long crop, but I haven't found it at the market for a while. I think that some things, like broccoli, I think the temperature, it was too hot for it to be. So this is my gnocchi setting aside. I just added some oil so that they wouldn't stick. It's not gnocchi. Here it is, okay? So, are you ready? I ate an entire head of broccoli after the. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second.
I can always count on you, Paige.
I want to ask you, how do you cook your broccoli? And tell me, someone just broke up broccoli years ago. Tell me, how do you? No, I've seen Jim Carrey and I want to see him. But tell me, how do you cook broccoli? What's your favorite way of cooking broccoli that doesn't involve covering them up with cheese? Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan Fried.
The saute for these is very easy. Actually, I want to take you a little bit closer to me. I'm going to saute some garlic whole, and then I'm going to remove it. And then I am going to just saute with olive oil. Very easy. I want to keep this here.
Peyton says roast the broccoli with garlic, olive oil, salt, and garlic salt. 325 for half an hour. And Dan Fried says don't microwave it.
Huh.
Teresa says broccoli steamed, still al dente.
See, that's the thing. Sometimes I find them at a restaurant and they are very bland, like have been steamed, very al dente, and I like it. If it's overcooked, I don't know if I steam, salt, and pepper. See, that's the best thing to do, I guess. I hate the smell. And sometimes you find those little animals inside that I can't get rid of.
You find little animals
In broccoli, yeah, and they're difficult to remove. You know what I'm talking about? Those little black insects. They're tiny, 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 and they live inside the broccoli floor. So it's really difficult to get rid of.
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
But when you cook them, it'll kill them, so you don't have to worry.
No, but it's gross though. Steamed with lemon, great idea.
We got lots of ideas.
Cherry, they are like this tiny insect, almost like they're insects, yeah, the animals. They're this tiny, tiny, tiny. Yes, Dan knows. soak them to clean the broccoli, okay?
Yep.
And so the animals, the insects are
They'll
going
just
to...
drown. And then you can eat them and it won't matter. They're a good source of protein.
So another thing that I want to run by you guys, they have become my doctor and my therapist. So I've been having...
Nice dinner time.
I'm not going to go into details,
Nice dinner
but I
time
want to
talk.
ask you something. I've been going through an intestinal
Salt water for the
up and
broccoli.
down. Oh, thank you for salt and water. Wait, I've been going through an intestinal weird phase, okay? And it's kind of uncomfortable.
Ah!
Nice noise. It's been kind of uncomfortable. And what I noticed is that I'm cramping a lot. Today I started cramping after... Today I had a little bit of a caprese salad with some cucumber and radicchio, but like I just tossed a few, it was super late, tossed a few things and that was it. And I started cramping and it's been going for a while. Let's say that I have difficult conversations. No, I don't know, what can it be? Can it be intolerance to milk? Wondering. Yes, I love it too. There is a...
Well, Toshaki Miyake is joined. Right
Hey,
on.
Paige!
Hello.
So what I want for these, I actually want them to kind of almost burn along the edges because that's what, and I also should open all the windows because it smells. Imagine the smell of kale and broccoli together. Gas. Oh, it can be gas. Gas, Ben.
Gas?
Yeah. Wait a second. Oh my God, I'm just figuring out something. I'm having a giant juice every day. And not even a juice, it's like a blend of celery, kale, giant, water, and I make it in the Ninja bowl. So it's not a juice. I ingest the whole thing. So kale, celery, and I use a moringa powder, some fresh ginger root, fresh turmeric root, cayenne pepper, lime, and a collagen powder. So can it be that I'm having too much kale?
I thought Morongo was a casino halfway to Palm Springs.
Can I be having too much kale, guys? Too much fiber. All the fiber, yes. But let's say the fiber are not doing the job. You're getting cleaned out. No, I'm not getting cleaned out. It's all stuck.
Cut it. Jesus.
I'm afraid I used too much salt in these. I may be eating too much kale. You could. On the humanity? What have I done to humanity now?
Okay. Well, you're entertaining everybody. Teresa says you can get too much kale. Virtue says Peyton relationship goal. Did you see what Peyton said?
No.
This is the most married conversation I've seen in a long time, talking about parts while someone in an apron sautés broccoli. Is this rock life?
I'm adding some chili.
This is under a rock life, Lavertu. Yeah, I know all about the chin hairs too, Peyton. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Jesus.
So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create, the chili. I'm going to create something kind of gourmet. So sometimes you go in these restaurants and you have gnocchi served, not like regular gnocchi with a tomato sauce. Wow, it's already 15 to 6. Crazy, you guys. I'm loving this so much that I don't realize how much time goes. Yeah, we're family. We are. So, sometimes they serve you this gnocchi on like layers, and So I want to kind of recreate that. So maybe to compensate all this kale, I should eat like a lot of pizza.
Yeah, tonight.
But I'm making this.
Okay.
And then
Elise's made soup.
Elise made us a fantastic that soup that I will teach you guys as soon as she teaches me.
Pizza for breakfast?
Huh?
Pizza for breakfast?
Oh, perfect. Very salty. A little salty. Very good. Nice. Okay, so what I love about these vegetables is they really don't overcook. So you will always have the crunch. It's really, unless you add water, dried apricots. Thank you. I love dry apricots actually. So now let's have fun with this, and then we're gonna compose a little bit of a sauce, and then dried apricots. Okay, good. People are saying dry apricots. Fantastic. I will. I love them. I like to cut a dry apricot in half and then put an almond in it and have a little sandwich. Oil. So, can you see this, the skillet? Yes, you can. Get my gnocchi. You know what? It didn't. I'm gonna remove some oil. We didn't need all this oil because the gnocchi have been oiled already, and this skillet is. Too much oil. Always remember, is not for diet reason, or too much oil is not good. Too much anything is good. Ben, can you read what they're saying?
I can.
Carrots.
We're trying to figure out about Chef Boyardee. Cookie asked, have my taste buds been affected by my mouth surgeries? No, they have not. Not at all.
And actually, he can eat very spicy now.
Yeah, I couldn't eat spicy for about 7 years. Now I can. No, actually more like 8 or 9.
Do you see how easy it is to make gnocchi, by the way? So just experiment and try, and you will get your own, not even recipe, because potatoes are always different. So, and flour is different. The weather is different. So just experiment and you will know what you want. Rule, taste it, especially if you don't use eggs. I love raw gnocchi, and basically if the raw gnocchi is good, it means that it's going to be a fantastic gnocchi. Yes, it was the place called the Ship Lantern Inn. What is it?
Who was it?
Have I missed something?
Chef Boyardee, who was that was the brand of of canned spaghetti that a lot of us grew up on.
Oh.
My mouth surgeries were for cancer of the tongue due to smoking and drinking, although I quit them like 20 and 25 years before it ever came.
Can I tell you something? And sorry, Ben, I just want to tell them something about this. This is goat cheese. You don't have to use goat cheese if you don't want to. You can use gorgonzola cheese. I would actually enjoy some gorgonzola cheese with this. These are browning, don't worry, they're not gonna overcook. Gorgonzola cheese always on pretty much anything. So I'm gonna layer these things. Now I'm gonna make my goat cheese, and I wish I had some chives. Maybe Ben can go outside and give me some chives. No, you can't, okay. Oh, they're browning, I'm gonna show you now. You're gonna recognize these from restaurants. You fancy up some gnocchi.
Patricia wants to know, it looks incredible, where's the sauce?
I'm gonna make it now.
Well, you have 9 minutes.
I know, but it's not a.
But I have faith.
Steve
Redtail wants to know what's on the menu. It is gnocchi, potato and pumpkin gnocchi with ricotta cheese. Is that what
No,
it is?
this is that's another great thing to use. No, this is goat cheese, but by all means, if you have ricotta, that's perfect. This is goat cheese because I had it open from last night. So I wish I had some chives here. I don't. So if you have some chives, it's a great thing to put in your goat cheese. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to just whip the goat cheese very lightly with some lemon zest. That goes beautiful with broccoli. And you know, for those that just are tuning in, our Spigariello is basically
What is that exactly?
Is it the same family of broccoli?
Oh,
And it's a mix between broccoli and kale.
Does it have the little bugs?
No. No.
And the rabbi has pointed out that the bugs make it not kosher. Is that what? Did I catch your meaning? Did I catch your drift, Rabbi? Makes sense. Insects, yes, absolutely.
Well, let's keep toasting these, and I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can really see, but I'll show you exactly what I like with these. So our sauce, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my goat cheese here. This is like plain goat cheese. What I really would add is chives. Let me see. I bought lemons.
I can entertain the troops if you want to go get the chives, but I can't do the stairs.
Oh, I have one, yeah. I also have a lemon tree that is struggling to give me a lemon. Maybe it's a lemon. I made my first joke in English. Did you hear my joke? I said I have a lemon tree who is struggling to give me lemons. Maybe it is a lemon. Did you guys hear my joke? Ben, are you hearing my joke?
No, I'm trying to.
It's a big joke. Did you hear me?
What is it?
I said I have a lemon tree outside that is struggling to giving me lemons. Maybe it is a lemon.
Wow!
Isn't it a great joke?
Congratulations!
Yes. It's my first joke in English. It's not easy
That
to make a joke in another language, you guys.
This is true.
So, goat cheese. Salt. Here's my oil. You can add some butter too. Just one too. What's it?
The rabbi says brava. Everybody loves the joke. Sherry loves it. Bill loves it. Showwalk loves it. LaVirtue loves it. Brandy the Rat Girl, Patricia Puskett, everybody loves it.
Yay!
And even Peyton and Marissa. Even.
So here I have some heavy cream. I'm going to add a tiny bit. Oh, you're not seeing this. Sorry, guys. I put some lemon zest and some olive oil. I'm going to add some cream. Just a tiny bit.
Pressure is on to have one new joke per show.
Ooh. That's hard. That is difficult.
Okay. Ooh.
Turning these off.
Getting lots of compliments on the joke. The
Thank you, guys.
Locusts are kosher because they eat all the crops, and what else can you eat then? Wow. Fried ravioli, sweetheart, you ever do it?
Huh?
Did you ever make fried ravioli?
Nope.
The fried doesn't make the air smell.
You know, I made apple fritters the other day. Lots of work. Worth it, but I'm not a fryer. That's kind of half a joke. Okay, so let me show you what I want our gnocchi to. You see this? This is what I want. This is gonna be good, an extra beautiful flavor, okay?
Hey, Carol, I'm doing great. It hurts a little.
Now, I'm going to put some of this goat cheese at the bottom. So, as you can see in this goat cheese, I used some cream, heavy cream, a tiny bit of lemon zest, and I put some olive oil. I would probably put a little bit more cream. It's not as, just put some at the bottom. Not too much, because I really don't want to. I'm sure that this is not what chefs do in a restaurant.
Catherine, however, did watch her first Buster Keaton yesterday, and she loved it. She caught the last 10 minutes of Sherlock Jr. or The Projectionist, and she caught the first 10 minutes of The General. I didn't realize he was with the Confederacy. I hadn't seen it in so long. but I'm curious to see what happens since I haven't seen it in so long. Brilliant movie. Lobsters aren't kosher, says Paul Lobster Wells. Runhard says, 4 minutes, let's eat Alice. I think she's a little on the underdone side. Anna Moria says, have you heard the joke about cats and the afterlife that works in multiple languages? No, I haven't. Loretta says, but you just have to clean and soak the fresh broccoli. Lots of folks use frozen instead for that reason, but no way. That's what the boiling station is for. I am really hungry soon. Caramelized gnocchis. Steve Redtail says, this looks fantastic.
Hi, Steve.
It was somebody's 125th birthday. Whose? Whose 125th birthday? Has she seen Beatles movies? No, she hasn't yet. She's into the Nutcracker.
Now, I never quite understand why in fancy restaurants they have to add that drizzle of olive oil. I think that sometimes the drizzle of olive oil is too much. So maybe it's gonna look cool in a photo, but I wouldn't add it. So here you can do two things. Either eat it like this. So you have a little bit of the sauce at the bottom, you have gnocchi, and then you have the kale. Or you can go and pile up one more layer. We don't have time, but this is it. So I'm gonna try it now. Do you wanna try it?
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, first of all, there was quite an annoying pitch that my voice had. Do you want to try it?
I'm coming.
I hate that this hour goes away so quickly.
This owl?
This hour goes by
so quickly, okay.
Goes by.
I'm not wearing my best hat, so you know I'm not in the best of shape. But look at those bags under my eyes. They are Olympic qualifying bags. Bags.
Thanks.
Thanks. Let's don't wait. Let's eat right away.
Right?
Big fan. Big fan. What is this?
Wow.
Is this sheep? Goat cheese?
It's goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
But the sauteing the gnocchi truly gives it a nice, so good.
Right on.
So happy.
The gnocchi, Steve, are a little bit sweet. It's really, really cool.
Nice.
It's really, really cool. And the way they go against the greens and the cheese is badass.
The lemon brightens everything up. Wow. This is amazing.
Hey, have a great week, y'all.
Wow, you guys.
We'll see you next week.
This
if
was
the world
delicious.
is still here.
This was delicious. Thank you so much for being here. I knocked it out of the park. Thank you so much for being here. Please look up what's happening in Armenia.
Yes, please.
Take 5 minutes of your time and look it up. It's important.
This is not a let's hate on the Turkish people thing.
I love you guys. I love what we're having.
But,
and these are fantastic. So I'll see you on Instagram. And by the way, thank you all for when I ask you to comment, because of the algorithm, you do always do it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel really annoying when I have to ask people to comment or to like, and it means the world. So thank you. See you next week. Love you guys, and I hope that the winners of Bella Italia shopped. Bye guys. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.